I am infinite, eternal, universal life. This is freedom. The identity must shift. This is the importance of knowledge, of understanding who you are, believing and knowing I am infinite, eternal, universal life. I am infinite, eternal, universal life. So my experience is projected from that core belief. This is a shift in identity from the mind and body which was born to the infinite eternal which was never born and will never die. So if we say, I am Stephen, this mind and body, then the mind and body was born, it lives and dies. And we believe that I am this mind and body, but when we question that and we realize I am infinite, eternal, universal life, this is my identity. I am universal life. So what happens to birth and death? Was I ever born? Will I ever die? I don't look at when the body was born, because that's not my identity. I'm asking, when was I born? Universal life. So, when was I born? Universal life. Because this is universal life, and that's universal life, and that's universal life. There's no way anything can separate itself from universal life. It's not possible to separate yourself from universal life. I am universal life, so when was I born? When will I die? I was never born, I will never die. So when the identity shifts to the universal, the infinite, eternal, universal life, there's a whole new outlook on birth and death. There's a whole new identity. I am infinite, eternal, universal life. So what's the problem? The problem is only for Stephen. Believing that he's separate from eternal life. It's for Stephen and his mind and body. I thought if I really get this, I will attain universal life. I am universal life. That was the misconception.
Yeah.
Stephen cannot attain eternal life because he is an expression of eternal life. That would be like the fingernail trying to attain eternal life. You can't do it. Because it's an expression. It's going to grow and it's going to be clipped off and buried in the ground. This fingernail cannot attain eternal life. So if I say I am this fingernail, if my identity is with the fingernail, it's a no-win situation. You can't win. Because you cannot make the temporal eternal. If I am the fingernail, if I am Stephen, the mind and body, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
There's no fix. I can think positive thoughts. I can do lots of things for the mind and body, which is no problem. I can keep the fingernail clean, I can clip it, I can go and have it polished. It's not a problem. But the problem is if I am the fingernail, if I identified myself, I am the fingernail, if I am Stephen, the mind and body, that's when I'm screwed. I am not the fingernail, so now I can appreciate the fingernail, keep the cuticles nice and clean and clipped, take care of the mind and body, because I am not limited to the fingernail. I am not only the mind and body. The mind and body is one of my infinite expressions. See, every expression in the universe is mine. See, I am infinite, eternal, universal life. I can't die. I can only express myself in a new form, a new earth, a new human mind and body, a new fingernail, a new cat, a new dog, a new solar system, a new galaxy. It's all me. Because I am infinite, eternal, universal life. This is freedom. The identity must shift from I am the mind and body to I am infinite, eternal, universal life. And there's only one infinite, eternal, universal life, There are not more than one. Because there is nothing apart from me. How can something separate itself from infinite, eternal, universal life? Where would it go? So that's the knowledge. I am infinite, eternal, universal life, because the mind wants to know. So that's intellectual, rational knowledge. Now experience is a projection of knowledge. Because I knew, I believed that I was Stephen, the separate mind and body, then my experience is of a separate Stephen, a separate mind and body who is born, who lives and dies. So my experience is a projection of my knowledge that I am Stephen, a separate mind and body. Because your knowledge, that what you believe you know about yourself, I am a separate mind and body, that knowledge is projected. The belief in the knowledge, the belief that I am, becomes your knowledge. And you project it into the world. Right. And you experience yourself as separate. The belief in the knowledge that I am Stephen, a separate mind and body, projects my experience. So this is the importance of knowledge, of understanding who you are, believing and knowing I am infinite, eternal, universal life. I am infinite, eternal, universal life, so my experience is projected from that core belief. So knowledge and experience provides complete self-knowledge. One without the other is incomplete. But knowing I am intellectually, rationally, logically, I know I am infinite, eternal, universal life, then my experience is projected from that knowledge. So you experience what you believe you know about yourself. Your whole world of experience is projected through the one belief of who I am. I am, and then the world is. See, the world comes from what I am. I am is the source of the world of experience. So do you see how both are important? The experience is a reflection of the knowledge of what I am. Knowledge and experience support one another. And the experience circles back to the knowledge of what I am. And then the knowledge of what I am projects the experience and proves the knowledge is right. You can see both are important, knowledge and experience. One without the other is incomplete. So complete self-knowledge is both intellectual knowledge of an identity and experience, because without the knowledge, then you have an experience of oneness or an expansion, an expansive experience. But when you come back to your mind, without the knowledge, you don't know the meaning or the value or the purpose of the experience as it relates to your identity. You come back to the identity, I am a separate person, I am a separate mind and body who had an experience of expansiveness. And I, Stephen, the separate mind and body, want to get that experience back. So the experience has limited value without the knowledge. And knowledge has limited value without the experience. Yeah. So complete self-knowledge is both intellectual and also experiential. So it's experiential knowledge. It's knowledge based on experience. Lots of people have experiences of oneness or unity or expansiveness. And when that experience is gone, they come back to I am Stephen, the separate mind and body, and now I'm chasing an experience for me. That's the problem. That was my mistake. I wanted infinity, expansiveness, eternal life for Stephen because I didn't have self-knowledge. I didn't know I am infinite, eternal, universal life. Right. Regardless of experience. So when I have knowledge, I am infinite, eternal, universal life. I can have an expansive experience of unity, or I can have a contracted experience of ego, and I am not changed. So I am infinite, eternal, universal life, experiencing myself as a separate ego. And now I am infinite, eternal, universal life, experiencing myself as an expansive unity. I am infinite, eternal, universal life, regardless of my experience. This is why self-knowledge is not an experience. Because I am infinite, eternal, universal life, whether I'm experiencing myself as Stephen, or I'm experiencing myself as this expansive, unified consciousness. I am infinite, eternal, universal life, and I have a fingernail. But I am not a fingernail. I am not this mind and body. I'm not only an experience of expansive unity, I am also an experience of contracted ego. So this is the importance of self-knowledge and understanding the meaning, the purpose, and value of experience. So it doesn't matter what I'm experiencing, I am still infinite, eternal, universal life. Whether I'm experiencing the contracted ego, or I'm experiencing myself as this expansive, unified consciousness. This is freedom. The identity must shift.